Hey, this is Seth with InDemandCareer.com. I show people how to get jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. Whew! And I'm in the middle of a bike ride. It's my electric bike over there on the mountaintop here. I wanted to make a video about you don't have to do anything, is what the title will be. And it's also about knowing your limits. I have some other videos I'm going to do about pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. And that is very important as well. But this is a time to be really kind to yourself. And the human mind is very unkind. It's kind of a dick. And our minds are an extension of the things we've been taught over the years, our beliefs. And one of the biggest, shittiest beliefs in humanity is this idea of you have to. It is such a lie and such a gross distortion of nature. That is why it's so painful. If anybody ever tells you you have to do something, doesn't it feel shitty? It doesn't even matter if it's a good thing. Like you have to brush your teeth, right? Small example. You have to go to college. Quote unquote good thing. You have to make a lot of money. As soon as it's you have to, as soon as you don't have any choice in the matter, it's completely miserable. And I just want to clarify something based in reality, because so much of what we live in as humans is just fake delusions. One of my great pleasures is helping people who've been taught to brainwashed into the lie that you have to go to college, right? You have to get a degree to be successful. And as soon as I say to people, many people here, they just need to hear the truth, which is you don't need a degree. It's a waste of time, and here's some great alternatives. It's very liberating. And especially even more so to my students who have actually gone on to get great jobs, or even people who don't become my students and don't get into digital marketing, they just have a freedom. Because now they have their life back from this stupid belief. So this whole you have to thing is insidious. It's not just in college, it's in all sorts of things. You have to get married, you have to be this way, you have to be that way. For gay people, for years, you have to not be gay, you have to be straight. People are miserable. You don't have to do fucking anything, guys. You could sit in your couch eating Cheetos for the rest of your life, and you're free to do that. Now, there are consequences. This is where, when you get more objective about things, you have much more power. I'm not saying you can do anything and, nothing means anything, so you can just do whatever you want and there's no consequences. You can't walk down the street and start punching people in the face. You're going to have consequences. You're going to get put in jail, right? If you eat a bunch of Cheetos every day and just sit, you're going to probably die or get really sick. But you need to look at things in terms of consequences or results, not in terms of morality, like you have to. That's what's so sad to me is, like, with families and with college, is that the parents won't look at it objectively. Say, okay, what are the benefits of going to college? What are what's the cost? They come in with this religious belief, and then the student is just miserable because your will is being completely suppressed. You don't have any room to question things. So this applies to your day-to-day life too, because you may be thinking, like, I have to be in a relationship. I have to make this relationship work. I have to get out of this relationship. Oh, somebody just drove by. I have to, whatever it is, if there's a have to, it's shitty. Okay, sometimes, listen, if you're like living in poverty and you have to get money so that you can eat, that's one situation. But even in that situation, you don't have to. It makes it even more miserable. And I know this because I've been in situations where I never was at the risk of starving, thank God. But I was, in my 20s, even though I come from a nice background, a blue collar family turned white collar family. I was, broke, living in my car, stuff like that. And every time, I always related to myself, you have to do this, you have to get a job, you have to get out of this situation. And that have to is what fucked me up. I didn't have any freedom. I didn't have any fun inside of that. And, I remember one time I actually got a job as a salesman selling celebrity art, which could have been such an amazing opportunity for me. It came out of a completely serendipitous series of events. This French guy offered me the job when I was sleeping in my car. And these people are driving by looking at me like I'm crazy. And I could have had such a great time talking with these people about art, just hanging out. But I was in such a side of a conversation. You have to make this work. You have to make commissions. You shouldn't be in this situation. All these haves and shouldn'ts, that I made myself so miserable that I ended up quitting. So I run into this all the time. I just talked to a friend who I don't know why I was talking to myself. You don't have to do anything. You're having a dilemma about something. Well, I have to do this. I have to do something. Dude, one of the fucking reasons I really feel strongly about this is that in America in the 2000s, we got attacked, 9/11, right? Whatever you think about that. And then there was this attitude of we have to do something. We have to do something. And nobody gave a shit if we did the right thing or the intelligent thing. People were so mad and they were so reactive as we have to do something. And we fucking, Afghanistan was where the Taliban was from, fine, but then we fucking, get into Iraq politics. But I'm saying there was this attitude of like, we have to act now. And nobody wanted to take a beat. So, you guys, you don't have to do, I'm not saying you should sit on your ass right now, but I'm saying that you have, it's your life. You can do what you want with it. You don't have to do anything, no matter what anybody tells you. You, and know your limits. Like, one of the things I've found is that as someone who markets something online, when I market my digital marketing course, I like to use compelling copy. I want to inspire you to get excited about these skills and what's possible, but I don't use these bullshit psychological techniques a lot of other marketers use, like scarcity, like, oh, only 5 more minutes and this price is going to double. You better act now. I don't like that. I think it's manipulative and shitty. So a lot of people, when you're buying an online program, I've seen this happen to people too. There's this feeling in your own head. You feel this pressure, like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. You don't have to fucking do it. You don't even have to take my course. You don't have to do anything, guys. So in your life, I don't know, I was just inspired to share this because I know everybody, there have been times in my life where I felt like I have to do something. I got myself into fucking trouble every time I've done this and not listened to my gut. I'm like, well, I should get into this investment, or I should do this partnership, or I should do this project. And in my heart, in my gut, I was like, I really don't feel it, but you have to do it. You should do it. And those things have never worked out for me. So in your life right now, it's during a pandemic. There's all this time to fucking reflect and question things and reevaluate your life. You didn't need to have a midlife crisis or have a divorce or get sick. You have this world-shattering event happening. Question what you think you have to do or what you should be doing that isn't making you happy. And fucking do something different. Just take that pressure off. If everyone in the world could take this pressure off, the world would be a much more enjoyable place. You don't have to do shit. And that's why, again, why I feel so much pleasure when somebody gets this reality, this truth, who thought they had to go to college. And I'm like, no, man, it's a fucking lie. And it's causing misery and debt and heartache. And now, it's a good time to be questioning things. I could talk more about college, but I just want to talk about this. So whatever it is in your personal life, remember, you may choose to do something. You may have obligations to your family or to your to your partner or to your job. I'm not saying just, abandon everything. There will be consequences, but just look at it objectively. Like, what are the consequences? What can I live with? Am I really responsible for this? Do I really have to do this? Like it's a fucking God has judged. You must continue to go to college until you get your degree or I will smite you with fire and brimstone. No, but that's what it's like in our heads. We have this this is the human mind. It's like creates this pressure. Just take the pressure off. Use this time to reevaluate things. Get really clear about what you actually want to do. You don't have to do anything. You're fucking free.